Hello again everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. Well, it's finally time. We are going to start some seedlings today. I'm going to plant some tomatoes. I'm going to plant a lot of different kinds of peppers, but the main thing I'm showing you with this video is how I actually use my own soil mixture to make my seed starting mix. Now, I've already done a video on how I cook the soil. So this soil right here has been cooked. And if you notice, this here is some coarse, just right out, not strained. And this has been strained, nice and fine. So what I'm going to do first, though, is we're going to come on over and look inside this bucket. And over here, I took all the mixture from used pots and things from last year, and I've got it in here. And so it's nice and loamy. A lot of this was actually black cow manure, etc. So what I'm going to do, though, since it has been used, is I'm going to take some of this black cow and I'm going to put it in there and mix it up just to give it more fertilizer. That's actually enough. Now we're just going to mix this all together. Set it over here. Okay, and let's see if I can get to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these little peat cups up. And what I do is I just get a bottom full of dirt, of the coarse dirt. Doesn't have to be exact. Then I use some of this fertile soil. And I don't want it full. I want to make sure there is some nutrition for the new plants. That's how that looks. And then I will take some of this fine soil and top it. Now, this fine soil is also mixed with some cow manure that has been strained. The excess off, but you don't want to pack it. Okay, so this is how it looks with the 3 layers, and this one is ready to plant. So what you do is you go ahead and water this before you plant it. And of course, this is rainwater. As long as I've got good rainwater, I like to use that. I just think the extra nitrogen in it helps the seeds to sprout. And you notice I haven't packed it down. You do not want to pack this down. Let the water do all the packing you want down. Okay, and now we're ready to plant. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to fill a larger container. And what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to get the coarse dirt. Then we are going to use some of the topsoil and cow manure mixture. Not packing it down, I'm just smoothing it out. And then I'm going to use the fine soil to top it off with. Now, the reason I use the fine soil to top it off is it's very easy for the seeds to come up through this. Whereas if I use that coarse soil, they might get stuck under a rock or a clump of bark or something like that, but this has been filtered, so this will really let them come up. And I do this versus buying the commercial prepared seed mixes. You want to fill it pretty close to the top, because when you put the water in, it's going to settle. But you don't have to have it all the way to the top after you put the water in. Okay, that's good enough. Now we're going to water it. So I believe that's enough, because I will water them again after they are planted. Okay, now we're going to do some larger cups. Let's just put these over here out of the way. Now these are what I really like to start my peppers in, because they are big enough that they can come up in here, they can stay in here until I'm ready to put them out in the garden. I won't have to keep moving around like I would if I was in these cups. So once again, we're going to put about that much. And in the interest of time, I'm not going to do all of these right now. I'm going to do these 4. Okay, and then we're going to put in some of the old used soil and cow manure mixture. To get it up fairly close to the top, because you don't want too much of the fine stuff up there, because if you do, it might dry out someday if you haven't paid attention to them as well as you should. And here we go with the fine mixture. Okay, and now we're going to water this. So here are the seeds that I'm going to be planting today. A lot of these are saved seeds. These are some sweet short Asian peppers. We've got some orange peppers. Anyway, we won't look at all these. Yellow banana peppers from 2022. And I've got some green bell peppers that I saved from last year, and these I'm gonna plant. These I'm gonna plant first, and of course you can see I've got a ton of these seeds. I don't need that many plants, but when you save seeds and you got a ton, that is really a good thing because you gotta make sure you get a stand. So let me just take a big hunk of these out like that, and let's just put them in this water. Let them soak. Now I don't soak seeds long when they're tomatoes or peppers. They're such delicate little seeds that I just like to get them wet, let them know that something's happening. Okay, so here are my seeds that have been soaking. It's actually been about 30 minutes, and that's enough for pepper tomato seeds. And I'm going to now show you how I plant them. Okay folks, I'm back and we're going to plant some containers now. They've all been filled and they've got watered. So what we're going to do now, though, I'm going to show you my watering bottle. This is just an orange juice bottle, and you can pay $20 for a watering can, or you can just get you an orange juice bottle and drill the holes out like this. And then when you water, all you do is just shake it like that, and you get same kind of gentle spray that you would get with a watering can. Anyway, we'll look at it like this. That's it. Okay. But anyway, before I waste all my rainwater, let's get back to planting. Now the easiest way to plant is, of course, you always leave a little bit of room at the top of your container. So what we're going to do at your pot is we're going to get some seeds. We're just going to pop them on there somewhere. And if they get too close together, you want to separate them out like that. And we're going to put a few more on because I got plenty. There's one. There's one. And now I got one. Now I got to put another one on there. All right. Then all we do is we take just a little bit of this fine sand over here. We bring it here and we just cover them, and that way then we're going to have them at the depth we want without mashing them down into the soil, and they're under this loose dirt. Oh, there's rock. Anyway, that's it. And then we're going to take our watering can or our watering bottle, and we're just going to wash it in. Gently wash them in. Let that soak in for a second, and put a little more on. Okay, and there we go. So those are all planted. They're just down there at the right, maybe an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch depth that we want. So we'll do the next one. Okay folks, so here are the next 4 containers where I've laid out the seeds. So now I'm just going to take the very loose strained soil and I'm going to cover them up. I know this is a little different from the way you're used to seeing seeds planted, but that's why I'm showing it. And if you'll do it this way, they're all planted at the same depth and they don't have any trouble at all pushing their way up. And there we go, we got them all covered. And so now we're just going to take the sprinkler water and water them in. Let that settle just a little bit. Soil is so dry since I baked it that it's not wanting to absorb the water, but it will. And I saw one seed that got washed up, so I'll press it down just a little. And there we go, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing this way of planting. It works very well, and especially if you save your seeds and you got lots and lots of seeds, so you don't really have to worry about how many seeds you plant. But it'll work good if you're just having one plant in a pot. That's just no problem at all. So if you like this method, if you learned anything, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and it really helps me and the channel. And I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and release this video before the plants come up, but of course I will be showing these plants once they've come up. And we will see you on the next video.